Raw doll. I'll come out. Hurried by the voice of the captain, a slapstick and avalanche of people ran down to the pier of the boat. When he heard that Mankichi, a good man, stopped by Honsai and Otsu and headed for Edo with his feet in a conversation with Okome, he felt relieved even with a slight fate, but he went to the boat. I'm busy getting out. Then Miss Okome, I'll see you again soon. I rushed out and bowed again from the top of the ship. Lady, please hide here. Why, Ofuji? But I don't know how many times I've passed the boat with this. The boatman and the person who was waiting for me may be looking at us strangely. By the way, Mr. Genosuke, what's wrong? It's about time for the sun to set, but when you turn the water on, the man is deliberately messing around. I wish I could be punished, but maybe I hate me, because I know I'm sick. No, don't be afraid to do something impatient again. Oh, the sun goes down. Ofuji. Please do something about it. Because you're in trouble. When this happens, Mr. Genosuke is also hateful. Then, let's see if I'm back to Mr. Janai again. Then, let's do it soon, Okome recalled, and the maid's wisteria had already become a wiggle, and was running to the side of the gravel pit. Along with him, a fellow man suddenly stood up from the stone yard, and bumped into Dawn and wisteria. Dangerous. Okome pulled out his voice over here. When I looked at my eyes, I was struck by the body of the wisteria, and I was squeezed under the armpits of my friends, and I couldn't get a voice and went to the riverside. That. Ofuji, Ofuji. In front of Okome's eyes, which started running crazy, there was a terrible sound of waves, and rain like polka dots were scattered over the land. Please help, the servant was pushed down. That. It's flowing. Someone came, someone covered his big palm to the mouth that desperately called for a person. And I hugged strongly to Nelson hold. Okome's fingers struggled to release, and the strength of both hands held as strong. It's bad, and the Kujo embankment, which is close to Omagatoki, and the traffic are gone. Don't make a noise. This is Miss Okome, you should be quiet for a moment, not the one who thought about it. Oh. That voice is Kote Kinosuke. I'll let go, but I shouldn't run away. The sword wants to chase after the shadow that runs away. It's painful. I'm sorry, Takasuke, but for a while, stand on the bank over there and keep an eye on the traffic. Kiri no Yugozansu. Mori-sama, I won't let you escape, so please let go of this milky hand as soon as possible. Yeah, your illness was here. You might have inadvertently put a lot of effort into your lungs, and your chest would have been painful. Forgive me. This is also the annoyance blindness that thinks about you. It wasn't a bad heart. Whatever, I thrust an innocent maid into the river, and on top of that, this kind of innocence is not so much. It's reasonable to be grudged, but it's almost time to return to Awa, and I've been waiting for a while, but I haven't heard back from you. What are you saying? You should have an idea in your chest. When did you say that you were going to take me to Awa? Okay, in 4 or 5 days, the Taisho's return to Japan, Manabu Murakami, will depart. I will take you with some ingenuity to hide it anyway. As Kinosuke Mori let go, Okome's body fell down on a gravel pit and fell down. What up? When I stopped by, it seemed to be terribly breathless. His back is rippling due to the pant of his lungs. However, his complexion, which once turned blue, suddenly pointed to a reactionary flush, and when he pierced it with a needle, he had an earlobe that seemed to blow blood. It's not just love that I'm going to take to Awa. The scent of the tide and the machete of the mountains will be better than any medicine for your suffering cough. I recommend you to think so. Well, Okome, I don't think it's a good idea now. Mori-sama. Did you have a good heart? I just can't feel like going to Awa. That Naruto whirlpool sea, those who do not cross are scared. But love is the same, there is no pain if you cross it. Let alone the Sekibian of Sengoku, the fear of being swirled. Naruto, the fun equinoctial week welcomes you overnight. That's not the case, by all means. What? Kinosuke's voice with a shake. I don't like it. Okome deafened. I think it's just a matter of quantity. Why no, I don't like it from early on. Please understand. I'm a daughter of a weak customer business who can't help but feel uncomfortable. Damari. The reason why I say it's a customer business is that I took this Kinasuk as a handball, just like the saleswoman of Iroha Chaya. I'm going. Oh, I'm going to Awa. Oh, I'm innocent. Why don't you miss it? Takasuk, lend a hand. There was a scream like tearing the fabric. The wind came out someday, a deep darkness. The delta of Okawa, Shikanjima, and the chilly river breeze shook the reeds. It was Kinasuk Mori who started running with a sword. Okome, who was held by her armpit, was in agony, gagged, and struggled to lose his power, leaving her white hands hanging down. After going down the embankment, and running through the darkness of Ikioka Nida, and cultivated land for 4 or 5 towns, the road went out to Okawa no Su again, and there was a boat of Takes. My husband, lend me to my shoulder. I'm really tired, okay, don't drop it in the water. Iki doll-like, light doll. Okay, I'm holding the ship down. Oops. Carrying Okome on his shoulder, he jumped to his fellow Takasuk ponto boat. Next, Kinasuk. When I pushed the paddle, the bottom of the boat was rubbed and the reeds were patted, and only 2 swords turned around. From the place where the straw broom was taken and the turret was moistened, 2 and Hanjo were left in the flow, the riverbank Kasabitanaka, glaring at the magnificent hall. My husband, I'm not a Nagaya. Wrong. Then Funezo? Get to the lock. We have a basis weight. It's bad. Because it's a living thing, it's a problem on the day when it gets caught. I can't bring it to the mansion. For one woman, the house is cut off, it doesn't suit me. It's mean, get somewhere. And then, it's the forest of Rakinia. Isn't it outside the ship's warehouse? I confess, but in fact, there is one way out of the fellow room, and the bottom of the ship number to secretly go out for a night out. Okay, go there. It's a point. Enthusiastic Takasuk, looking at the delta on the right, bends the turret with his arms. It was Hozuki Genesuk who suddenly saw this one-on-one on the way home from Janai. For a while, he sank halfway into the island of Ashi and stared at the liner, but what he thought was, he suddenly squeezed the Ashi and started running.